Um, Not really a thought box, I don't think. I think this is, yes, this is a ramble. I always at the beginning of these things have to decide what it is, you know. But this is about how how men treat women. Because in the past, when I record certain things, I go from, I guess, a pro man standpoint for the most part. I guess you could say. So this one, I guess, would be the the bad stuff that we do. And I what brought this up was I was playing a song of mine earlier, one I haven't played in a long time, called "Mercy" for Marcy. Marcy was, I can't say a girl because she's older than I was, a woman I met when I was in Japan. She was actually from Africa. I can't remember where exactly there, but and she was like one of the few people that spoke both Japanese and English, so she was kind of the default translator for everybody. And I kind of, I can't say became friends, but we hung out a couple of times. We talked, and she was cool, you know. I kind of wish I could get in contact with her and see like what she's up to now and how she's doing. But I think a lot of the reasons why she was the way that she was because of how men treated her, and this goes for a lot of women that I know. Women that I don't even know, just women in general. Like men can be kind of messed up. Um, I think one of the main things that even sometimes, yes, it is conscious and malicious, but sometimes it's just what it is. We say anything. We, we say anything. Sometimes we mean it, sometimes we don't. We just say anything. I go to an example of semen. Um, there's millions of those things. Those sperm dudes, a million of them. There's only one that make a baby though. That's what we do. It's you have to sift through all of the stuff to find the usable thing. To use a crude um, analogy. I mean, analogy like a, it's a metaphor, simile. Um, I'm thinking a couple of steps ahead because I'm doing this. I always do this stuff just off the fly. So, um, men are very much like chameleons, and it can be, as all things, it can be abused. Now, the reason, okay, we're like chameleons in that we read what the other person wants or needs, and become that if it's in our power to become it. That's what we do. Now, that's good when you know they need someone to listen to, so we'll be a listener that day. They need someone to lift something, so we'll be, the lifting guy. They need someone who, um, gosh, anything. I mean, just whatever it is. I'm using those little like base low examples, but it could be bigger stuff than that. You need to be responsible. We could do that. Whether we are or not, we can become that and live that because you need it, not because that's what we are. We transcend ourselves through this chameleon thing. That's the good part. Now the bad part is obvious. You go to a chick in a bar, you see what kind of dude she kind of seem as she want, and you become that for just base reasons, just from getting the pants, whatever, anything. I mean, and that ties into we say anything. That's all part of the chameleon thing. So that's when it's bad. Um, we a lot of times uh, think with our other head, if you know what I mean, and I guess I'm trying to think of a positive thing for that one, but it's kind of what it is for some reason, and I mean, even I'm not like the typical guy, right? But even I, but see that's the difference. See, yeah, of course I have a libido, of course all this stuff, but I don't make decisions based off of it. I think that's the difference, huh? Yeah, I think that's the difference. A lot of guys make decisions based off that than like logic and common sense. Um, so maybe there isn't a positive because that's inherently a negative thing to allow that to completely influence what you do. Because maybe it could be a part of it, sure, but it can't be the whole thing. It's gonna lead to ruin all around, you know. Um, what else? Um, well, we like to be like I would say in charge, but that's not exactly it. More like be the authority figure in the whole situation. Um, and that's not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself either, you know. This is thorny subject here because we all equal and all this stuff, which is true. We are equal, but it's like those equations where one side of the equation is 12, which is pretty simple, and the other side is all this things in brackets and cross multiplied and da da da. But that all that stuff is 12 too, but it don't look the same. You know, you to do more with that stuff over there than just this is 12. All that stuff is 12 too. You know, you just don't look that way on the outside looking in. So I guess that's a rough way of saying that it's equal but in different ways. And that's not really a good metaphor for it, really. I don't know. I think we get too caught up in that. Then again, I'm a guy, so you know. But I think we do get too caught up in that type of stuff. But it goes into the whole alpha dog thing too. Because even in a group of guys, there's always one person that rises above. It's almost hardwired into humanity. Um, and to me, I mean, I think men get shortchanged a lot. Saying that men are stupid or not emotionally strong or anything that's been said about men. I'm sure it's true about some men, but not the not all of them. Not the gender in all. I mean that's kind of ridiculous to say if you think about it. Because I mean, like if we go back in the day when the dudes were like out working and the woman was at home, he had to go out in the world and do his job, and that was like stress on top of stress anyway. Because when you come home, there's other things to deal with too. So he getting it both ways, and he couldn't just say, "Oh well, screw it, I having a bad day." So, no, he still had to go to work. He still had to do all these things. He still had to fix the stuff around the house. He still had to do all these things. So and slowly and surely it changed. You start hiring handymen to fix stuff, and start getting babysitters. So the women now work now, and so now both men and women doubly stressed, and no one in the relationship basically chilling to balance the other person out. So it's that issue that you get into, and then I guess you can say, well, the guys can stay home. I guess they can, sure. I guess it don't matter really who's home. Who's the chill one. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just I mean, I'm kind of whatever about it because I'm a musician, so I know my home life could be different than the norm. I know that, so don't really like. I have no personal stake in this really. I'm just saying, you know, if a woman could stay home, why work? That's just something that she really wanted to do. That's my thing. If it's something you really want to do and something pressing that you on your heart, sure, do it. No one should tell you not to do it. Cool. But give the balance now, like family and stuff against that. But anyway, that's a whole separate thing. We're supposed to be talking about men, and I guess with men, it's like it's such a stressful thing to be a man. Although it don't seem that way because we give off a relaxed um, air, I guess, and I think that's our defense mechanism. We keep things simple because things are complicated. You see what I'm saying? It's like we don't unnecessarily complicate things. We keep things very simple. It's like I want to eat. I want to have a place where I could chill. I want to do something that's enjoyable. I want to have sex. Um, that's really basically about it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple because bills exist, because crime exists, because all these stuff exists. Um, why complicate things? Why muddy the water? Um, then you have the irresponsible dude who too far into, oh well, nothing really matters. I don't care as long as I chillin'. I don't care, and that leads to problems too. And that's the negative side of that. Um, it takes a lot to be a good man. It takes a lot. I know I'm not. I don't think I know many, to be honest. Um, I know a few, but not many. Um, but I think it's an oversimplification to say men are stupid because I don't think we are. Um, I think it's just keeping things simple and base level, drama free as much as possible. I think that's what we about. But um, it's also proving yourself. That's the only like monkey wrench in the whole thing. Because even from being a boy, you also have to prove yourself, prove your worth. You know, be tough and all that stuff. Because any sign of weakness, like you marked now, and you will be devoured. Don't assume. It's not. It's not. It's not a game. Like if you found weak, the other guys are gonna get you in whatever way they could get you. But they could get you. But even if it's just treating you less than the group, something. There always be something, and it's hard to get that stigma off of you once it happens. It's very hard. It's doable, but it's hard. So you know, and that's not just like with the jock guys. That's every group of men. Don't get it twisted. It'll be in different ways, sure, but every group, from the intelligentsia down, and I don't know how I feel about that type of stuff. I shouldn't even put the intelligentsia up there like that because I don't think they're supposed to be up there. But that's just me. That's a whole other rant and ramble. But yeah, I mean, like using the normal standards of things from the people who read a lot of books and know a bunch of stuff, right down to the person who doesn't. All groups have that dynamic, and that's like added stress on top of everything else. You I might do a part two of this. I don't know because it's running kind of long. So I'll catch you later.